Hello guys, today is day 34, June 11th, and we are going to do one more NCRT episode. So NCRT Geography, class 6 to 10th, which is very, very important. For geography, many teachers will recommend many textbooks, but don't study any of them for your prelims. Questions will come only from NCRT or from current affairs, okay, which is like different types of farming, agriculture, or any disaster. That is what is going to come. Else basic things from textbooks are not coming these days, so don't waste your time on that, okay. And test series 2021 and 22 is now officially open for enrollment. So students have already started enrolling, and all the discounts will end by June month end. Okay, that is why we have launched it now. So next 10 to 15 days, you can come and enroll. All discounts, all installments, everything will be available for everyone. There are 5 different types of courses in 2022. So details, if you don't know, just come and WhatsApp me. We'll give you the details. And 2 video links are there. These are thumbnails. You can go and see. It's on my homepage also. So watch part 1, then part 2, because part 1 explains the entire course and part 2 explains the timetable and fee structure. Okay, today's episode in Vice courses is getting huge appreciations because it's very hard to understand politics, but Israeli politics, which is now the hot topic in world news, we have simplified it and broken down that any person who don't have any idea about politics, maybe Indian politics also, you don't know anything, still if you watch this video, you will have a clear idea of what is happening there. The left, right, center parties are coming together and bringing down Netanyahu, who is the longest serving prime minister. So please watch this video and give your feedback. This is going to change your way of learning. Okay, a very big topic in just 15-16 minutes you are going to understand if you watch this video. Okay, so today geography NCRT, the first question picked up from class 6th. The shadow cast by sun is shortest at sunrise and longest at sunset. Second statement, when the prime meridian of Greenwich has the sun at the highest point in the sky, all the places along the meridian will have midday or noon. As the earth rotates from east to west, the places east of Greenwich will be ahead of Greenwich time, and those to the west will be behind it. So these are typical type of questions which used to come until 2013. Okay, until 2013, UPSC used to pick up direct NCRT statements and check your knowledge on latitude, longitude, the prime meridian, Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, timeline, all these things, okay, the movement of sun and moon and earth. These were like favorite topics. But then UPSC understood that students are by hearting from textbook and coming, so they have stopped asking it. But we cannot predict like when it will come back. So try to answer this. It's a 3-statement type question. 3 only, 2 only, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 only. Answer is 2 only. If you see the first statement, the shadow cast by sun is shortest at sunrise and longest at sunset, that is wrong. Okay, shadow will be longer when the sun is somewhere else other than straight above you. Okay, so that is sunrise and sunset time. It will be longer. If you see longest at sunrise and sunset and shortest at noon time. Okay, when the sun is directly above you. So that is the first statement incorrectness. Okay, so 1 you can eliminate if you know that. Then you will be stuck with 3 only and 2 only. So if you take the third statement, it's a very basic thing. Like earth rotates from east to west. Earth is actually rotating from west to east. That basic thing you should know. Okay, so the remaining thing is correct. So Greenwich time, that is London. From there, if you see the place east of that, like India and all, will be ahead of Greenwich time, and those with the west will be behind it. Okay, like US and all will be behind it. So that is a common sense thing. But here, small mistake we did is it is rotating from west to east. So third statement is wrong. So you are left with one option, that is 2 only. Okay. So details you can pause and see. I have explained everything here, and more explanation is there. And one thing about NCRT test, it will look like this. Okay, you will have questions from this thing, and after one particular chapter gets over, okay, like here this was picked up from the second chapter, so the fact sheet will be given after every chapter. There's a fact sheet also given in the NCRT test series. Okay, after this, the next MCQ, that is MCQ number 10, this is 9. Okay, MCQ number 10 will be the third chapter. So it's given in chapter wise order, so you can easily revise from my test series, and it's a guarantee that out of this nothing will come. Okay, out of this will coming, it is something else. It's not an NCRT thing. NCRT, everything will be covered in my test series itself. Now, which of the following is a extrusive igneous rock? Marble, granite, slate, basalt. Again, a very basic thing which you are expected to know, but problem is students focus on studying very big things and lengthy books and thesis kind of thing, and when we ask the very basic question, they get stuck. They get confused between 1 or 2 options. So basically you should know there are 3 types of rocks: igneous, sedimentary, metamorphic. And igneous itself, there is 2 types: extrusive and intrusive. Extrusive, you know, it will be like, first thing you have to know, this lava kind of thing will solidify, and that is how you get the igneous rock. Okay, molten magma cools, it solidifies to become igneous rock or primary rock. But if it is happening outside the Earth's surface, it is extrusive. If it is happening inside, it is called intrusive. Okay, so extrusive, that is outside. See, if you see here, they have a very fine grain structure. Example, basalt in Deccan Plateau. Okay, when the lava comes and it forms outside, that is called the extrusive. That is the answer for this. Now, intrusive is forming inside the Earth. So that is granite. Okay, and sedimentary, like small sediments are coming together. When the igneous rocks are broken down, small sediments are there and they will be transported and deposited to form sedimentary rocks. So example is sandstone. Okay, then here metamorphic rock, which is marble. If you see, clay changes into slate and limestone into marble. Okay, meaning something is changing to this. So you have to know what kind of rock each of these things are, and basically it's just 10 to 15 examples. If you study any question which comes on this, you can solve. Okay. Mushroom rocks are often formed in what kind of geographical region? Ocean floor, glacial mountain, deserts, mangrove zones. Again, a factual static thing. Just imagine a rock in the shape of a mushroom rock. And where is it found? Which type of geographical region can this be found? This is the picture. So this is obviously in a desert. It's picked up from chapter number 7. If you see here, class 7, chapter 3. Okay, as I said, class 6 to 10 is entirely in one textbook. Okay, one test series. So it's also called rock pedestal, and this is because obviously erosion kind of thing will be happening. Okay, it will be like slowly degrading, and the shape change to like this. Okay, because of the wind. So full details, read it here. I am not explaining here, but in the explanation video which 2022 students get, I will read this completely. Okay, it will be like an audio book for you. So people who are lazy to do the PDF, just enroll to my test series. I will read the entire thing for you. Okay, so you just have to sit and listen for one full year, and you will clear this exam easily. Subscribe to our channel. As I told, all these videos are important for you. These are all GS topics. If you zoom into it and see, yesterday we did this also, which got huge appreciation. Turkey sea snot. It's just like our algal bloom. So that also concept you have to study. Now, which of the following are false? During the full moon and new moon days, the sun, the moon, and the earth are in the same line, and tides are highest. The areas where the warm and cold currents meet helps ship enter harbor easily. The second statement is actually a UPSC question. So 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. You should clearly know what is a full moon, what is a new moon, because in news recently even the blue moon was there, blood moon was there. Okay, eclipse is there. So these kind of things, only if you know the basics, you will understand the next part of it. So that is why class 6th onwards you have to start studying. So here it is 2 only. Which of the following are false? Okay, meaning the first statement is true. For that you should see the picture. Okay, let me see whether I have the picture. Yeah, so this one, if you see here, earth, moon, sun, straight line, and this is called new moon. Okay, where moon is in the center of earth and sun. When now that moon moves and here it is coming outside, this is called full moon. Okay, still, but it is in a straight line. Full moon, earth and sun is in a straight line. Okay, so both cases it is straight line, and the tides will be there, but the position changes. Okay, here earth is in center, here moon is in center. Okay, so you can read this explanation. Statement 2 is false because the areas where warm and cold currents meet, what happens is they are actually to be very foggy. Okay, so that will not help the ships in navigation. That is the basic thing you have to understand. See here it's written here, ocean currents. Ocean currents, streams of water, warm or cold. Warm ocean currents originate near the equator and move towards the pole, and obviously cold one will be opposite of that. Okay, from polar to higher latitude. And then here examples is given. All the ocean currents are important. UPSC have asked a lot of questions. Okay, areas where the warm and cold currents meet provide the best fishing grounds. This is also a UPSC question. And see, this is the exact line from NCERT, and this was picked up by UPSC. Okay, so here where they have a meeting point, they will be having foggy weather, making it difficult for navigation. Okay, so second statement is false, that it will allow the ships to easily enter. Okay, and here again this high tide, low tide, spring tide, neap tide, all these are very basic definitions. We have taught you everything. Okay, identify the location based on the passage. Hot and wet climate throughout the year. Both days and nights are almost equally hot and humid. It rains almost every day, that too without much warning. The day temperatures are high with very high humidity. At night, the temperature goes down, but the humidity remains high. Birds found here are this toucans. Staple food is manioc. Apartment-like houses called maloka with a steeply slanting roof. This is their housing features. So it's in the Mediterranean region, Ural Mountains, Amazon Basin, Apache Mountains. So this is again a favorite UPSC question up to 2011, 12, 13 and all. Repeatedly they'll give passage. They'll give description of equatorial region. They'll give description of maybe Indian tropical places, or maybe a forest area in Meghalaya. Like that, they'll give a very detailed description, which will be a copy paste from the about me page of a place. Okay, so they are expecting you to understand by the climate. So here, if you have read NCERT, it's a very easy question. Amazon Basin. Okay, class 7, chapter 8, human environment interaction. We have picked up this copy paste and given you. Okay, so I hope it's clear and you are finding interesting, because if you don't study these things, it will be very difficult for you in the later part. I'm telling 2022 students. Okay, 21 it's already late if you have not read these books. Okay, whole thing we have copy pasted from NCERT only, so you can read this from a PDF itself. And if my video explanation is there, that will be again a added bonus for you. Okay, so enroll to the test series, come and WhatsApp me, and please subscribe if you are new to this channel, because without your subscription, this free content cannot be kept alive. Okay, so thank you and have a nice day.